ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ಮೂರನೇ ವಾರದ ಬೃಂದಾವನ ಯೋಗ ಮತ್ತು ಮೆಡಿಟೇಷನ್ ಇನಿಷಿಯೇಟಿವ್ಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಸುಸ್ವಾಗತ. ಸತ್ಯಮೂರ್ತಿ ಅವರು ಈಗ ಶುರು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಸತ್ಯ ಅವರೇ.
ಬೃಂದಾವನದ ಸ್ನೇಹಿತರೆ, ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಶುಭೋದಯ, ಸ್ವಾಗತ. ಇವತ್ತು ಜನವರಿ 30ನೇ ತಾರೀಕು, ಮಹಾತ್ಮ ಗಾಂಧಿಯವರ ಡೆತ್ ಆ್ಯನಿವರ್ಸರಿ. ಅವರನ್ನು ಸ್ಮರಣೆ ಮಾಡಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಅಷ್ಟಾಂಗ ಯೋಗ 3ನೇ ತರಗತಿಯನ್ನು ಪ್ರಾರಂಭಿಸೋಣ. ಸೊ ಇವತ್ತಿನ ಅಜೆಂಡಾ ಈ ಥರ ಇದೆ. ಮೊದಲು ಅಷ್ಟಾಂಗ ಯೋಗದ ಮೊದಲನೇ ಅಂಗದ ಯಮ ಅಂತ, ಅದರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಮಾತಾಡಿ ಆಮೇಲೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಆಸನಗಳನ್ನು ಪ್ರಾರಂಭಿಸೋಣ. ಸೂರ್ಯ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ AB, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಆಸನ, ಸಿಟ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಆಸನ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ರೆಗ್ಯುಲರ್ ಫಿನಿಶಿಂಗ್ ಆಸನ, ಅವನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡಿ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಹಾರ್ಟ್ಫುಲ್ನೆಸ್, ರಿಲ್ಯಾಕ್ಸೇಷನ್ನು, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಮೆಡಿಟೇಷನ್ ಶುರು ಮಾಡೋಣ 9:30 ಅಷ್ಟೊತ್ತಿಗೆ. So, wanted to talk a little bit more about the Ashtanga Yoga. The Ashtanga Yoga that we do, the asanas is also called as Ashtanga Yoga, but Patanjali has systematized the yoga into 8 parts, as we have discussed before, and this is a kind of a pictorial representation. As we have mentioned, yama, niyama, asana, pranayama, these are the various 8 angas of Ashtanga, and it makes yoga holistic. So we are not just focused on the physical aspect of yoga, but we also bring in the inner aspects. ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ, ಅಂತರಂಗ ಬಹಿರಂಗ, ಆ ಥರ inner and outer aspects. So the outer aspects are most easily we can see as asanas, posture that we do. But yoga is more than just doing the physical exercise, as we have discussed before. So today we're going to take up the first part of Ashtanga called the Yama. So let's go a little bit more into it. So Yama itself consists of 5 different aspects, as you can see in this picture here. And we'll go a little bit more into a detailed discussion of that. So why Yama? Yama that we know of as Yamaraja is a very scary character, but we wanted to talk a little bit about how it is related to the self-transformation or self-development, comprehensive self-transformation system of yoga. And so this is how we can kind of relate to it. Yama is the god of death, but we're not talking about the physical death. In yoga system, it is related to how we can transcend this selfishness, or transcending the I-ness. So in a way, it is the death of the ego. That's more important in terms of yoga. And it can also be seen as refining our behavior, eliminating unwanted habits so that we can get on with our spiritual journey. And also kind of integrating the inner and the outer aspects of our being or of our state. And so when we do meditation, it transforms us from the inside. But we also have to cooperate externally with our attitudes and our personality. Otherwise, we are not going to enjoy the full benefits of yoga. Yoga is, as I said, it's very scientific in nature. So unless we integrate the inner and the outer aspects of our existence, we are not going to get the full benefits. And to help us with that, in heartfulness, as we go in this 8-week journey, we are also going to learn about other elements of heartfulness where it helps us to get rid of some of these unwanted habits that we pick up from our conditioning, from our culture and from our existence, from this life and perhaps many lives. So we can look forward to that as we go on in this series. And so just to go back to the yama. So the yama itself can be, the foundation can be divided into 5 different types. One is ahimsa. Ahimsa is generally thought of as non-violence. And we can say, okay, if you're a vegetarian, you are practicing non-violence. But here, it is much more than that. We have to practice non-violence or ahimsa in our thought, word, and deed. And so we are kind of keep that in mind. And then the next element is satya, or truthfulness. And how do we do that? We have to be authentic in our actions. We have to say what we mean and mean what we say. So if we practice these 2, ahimsa and satya, then honesty, follows along, without too much difficulty. Honesty is, non-stealing or not appropriating something that does not belong to us. So in practice, it is more practical execution of truthfulness. And then the next element is called brahmacharya. Brahmacharya normally thought of as, celibate. If somebody is not getting married, we call him brahmachari. But in yoga terms, it is more than that. It means moderation or a balance in our existence. In fact, the correct definition of brahmacharya is, acharya means dwelling, and brahman. So one who is dwelling in Brahman is actually brahmachari. So there is more to the meaning than how it is generally understood. And then finally, aparigraha, or it can be defined as non-possessiveness, and how to live in this world, but not of this world. So how we can live, without getting, impacted by the world around us. We still have to participate in the world. We have our families, we have, work situation. Yoga does not mean withdrawal. We need to withdraw from the world. We can be fully immersed in the world, but still not let it, affect us. So for one of the examples, that we give in heartfulness is like, live like a lotus. Lotus blooms in a dirty water, but but the flower itself is very pristine always. It does not, pick up the dirt from the surroundings. So that's kind of a good example to think of. So all these elements of the first anga of yoga, it comes under the yama. So even though yama, in terms of how it is described in our literature as the god of death, as as we have seen here, it is transcending death, overcoming the fear of death, so, and overcoming the selfishness and the ego. So that is the yama. So as we go, in this series of 8 weeks, we will pick up and discuss the other elements of Ashtanga yoga. So we'll get a more comprehensive picture of the Ashtanga elements. So with that, let's go to the next step into our practice. So this is the third week of the practice. So we'll go in a little bit more into the depth of the first series of Ashtanga. As we do in every class, we'll first start with the Surya Namaskara because that is the foundation of all Ashtanga. So it is also thought of as a warm-up exercise. Perhaps since we have practiced for the last 2 weeks, we can pick up the pace a little bit more on the Surya Namaskara so that we can spend a little bit more time on the asanas. So let's come to Samasthiti. Bring your feet together, spine erect. Full deep Ujjayi breath. Surya Namaskara A. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, fold forward. Put your head down. Use the various options that we have discussed before. Inhale, look up. Exhale, step back. Gently lower yourself. Inhale, upward dog. Bhujangasana. Exhale, downward dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Your feet are about 6 inches apart, hands pressing against the floor. Your heels are moving towards the floor. Not to worry if it is not touching in your case. Full deep Ujjayi breath. Inhale, step forward, look up. Exhale, put your head down. Inhale, come all the way up, hands touch. Exhale, Samasthiti. Moving right along to Surya Namaskara 2, number 2. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, fold forward. Put your head down. Inhale, look up. Exhale, gently lower yourself. In your case, you can use your knees if you need to, or your chest, or you can hover. Inhale, upward dog. Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, downward dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. You're going to stay here for 5.
engage the bandhas, Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha that we discussed last week. Inhale, step forward, look up, exhale, put your head down. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, Samastiti. Going right along to number 3. Exhale. Inhale, look up. Exhale. Lower yourself. And upward dog. Open your chest. Exhale, downward dog. Head moving towards the floor. Full deep Ujjayi breath. If you need to, you can bend your knees. Or if this is too much, you can also come down on your knees to this position, pushing your hips towards your heel. Should already be 5. Inhale, jump forward or step forward. Exhale, and down. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, Samastiti. Going to move into Surya Namaskara B. We start with bending our knees. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, fold forward. And look up. Exhale, step back. Gently lower yourself. Upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Now pivot the left foot and big step with the right foot. And slowly come up. Exhale. Again, back to the floor. And upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Now big step with the left foot. If you're not able to step with one shot, it's fine. You can slowly bring your foot forward and then stand up to Virabhadrasana. Exhale. Gently lower yourself. Upward dog. Downward dog. Again, we are going to stay here for 5 breaths. Body should be warmed up by now. Can go a little bit more deeper into each posture. Inhale, forward, look up. Exhale, put your head down. Bend your knees. Inhale. Exhale, Samastiti. We're going to do one more before moving on to standing postures. Bend your knees. Inhale. Exhale. Pull forward. Inhale, look up. Exhale. Step back. Upward dog. Downward dog. Inhale. Step forward with the right foot. Pivot the left foot. Your heels are touching the floor at the back. Exhale. Upward dog. Downward dog. Inhale with the big step with the left. Exhale. Upward dog. Downward dog. Now we're going to stay for 5 full deep Ujjayi breaths. Keep extending your spine towards the floor. Inhale, look up, step forward, jump forward, whatever is appropriate. Put your head down, exhale. Inhale, bend your knees. Exhale, Samasthiti. Body should be warmed up by now. We're going to move right into standing postures. So we're going to do a variation of the Trikonasana. Trikonasana or the triangle posture. Inhale, take it to the right. Right foot out, left foot in. So last week we did this. Lean forward. In this case, we're going to go across our body with the left hand. It's called Parivrata Trikonasana. And then look up with your, looking at your extended right hand. So this may require some balance. Ultimately, your hands will be on the outside of your right foot, your left hand. But if you're not there, you can just hold on to your ankles. Inhale, come up. Exhale. Now your right hand going across your body to the outside of your left foot. If you have blocks, you can use the blocks here. So you kind of get balance. So ultimately, this is the final phase, but you can start from here. You're not only twisting your spine, but you're extending your spine as well. And then opening the chest. Inhale, Samasthiti. We're going to move into Parshvottanasana. Inhale, take it to the right with a slightly wider stance. Right foot out, left foot in. Then bend the right knee. Make sure your knees are on top of your ankles. And then put your forehand on top of your knees, right hand, and then extend the left hand. This is the first phase. Parivrata Parshvakonasana. The next phase is, if you are able to, if you are flexible enough to put your hand on the floor. Inhale, come up, switch sides, left foot out, right foot in. First phase, bring your forearm on top of your knees. Next phase, be happy with whatever phase you are in. Inhale and exhale, Samasthiti. Be aware of your breathing and make it a moving meditation. Bring your awareness with the breath so it becomes a moving meditation. Once again, take it to the right with even a slightly wider stance. We're going to go into Prasarita Padottanasana. We'll do a couple of variations in this. Hands on your waist. Your feet are parallel. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, put your head down and bend as far as you can. If you're not able to reach the floor with your hand, it's fine. You can hold on to your legs. Inhale, look up. Exhale, put your head down. For those who can put the hands on the floor, place them in line with your feet, about 6 inches apart. And where ultimately your head will move in between your hands. So maybe here, some of you may be able to touch your head to the floor. Some of you may be here, but whatever, some of you may be just here is fine. Engage the bandhas. It will be easy to do in this posture. Inhale, come up, and exhale. Another variation, inhale, keep your hands on your waist, and exhale. Go as far as you can. Inhale and exhale. Back to the front. Samasthiti. I'm going to go into sitting postures. Usually in Ashtanga for sitting and lying postures, we use a cotton mat on top of the yoga mat. This mat is actually called as a Mysore mat, become world famous. It's sold from Mysore, but you can also easily get it through Amazon in this country. It helps when we start moving into more vinyasas. So your feet doesn't get stuck with the rubber on the mat. It helps us to glide a little bit. We'll do a vinyasa and go to the sitting posture. Inhale. Exhale. Look up. Exhale, step back. Gently lower yourself. Upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Then going to just skip or walk your feet into a seated posture. Full deep Ujjayi breath. And to move into Paschimottanasana. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, fold forward. This we've done it before. Grab your feet, your shins, or your knees, doesn't matter. Focus on breathing and awareness. You look up, exhale. Now bend forward from your hips. Engage your bandhas, Mula Bandha, Ujjana Bandha. Your gaze, drishti on your toes. Inhale, exhale, release. We'll do a vinyasa, quick vinyasa. Vinyasa is just a half Surya Namaskar. Exhale, and then tip back to the next posture. So vinyasa is the movement that links from one posture to the next in Ashtanga. That is the unique feature of Ashtanga Yoga. So the vinyasa that we are doing, that I showed, is a beginner vinyasa. So now we'll do the counter pose to Paschimottanasana called Purvottanasana. So we are repeating this from last week. So there are two variations in this. The beginner posture is bend your knees, put your head down. This is the first phase. For those who want to go a little bit more adventurous, if you are athletic enough, keep your feet straight. Five breaths, and then slowly lower yourself. And we'll do a vinyasa. You can do another variation of vinyasa that I showed is called take it up. Just try to lift yourself, even if your feet are on the floor is fine. Inhale, exhale. That way, vinyasa helps to build up our core strength as well as our shoulders and arms get really strengthened. So that, in fact, we're actually doing weightlifting in Ashtanga along with the postures. So next one is Janu Shirshasana. Fold your right leg inside, your feet towards the inner thigh of the left leg. Keep the left leg straight. Then lean forward and try to grab with both hands. You're only able to go up here as a first phase. Second phase, go a little bit deeper. And then third phase all the way. Inhale, exhale. You make a 90-degree angle between the two knees. Full deep Ujjayi breath. Drishti on the toes. in Ashtanga, in forward bends, we don't go like this. It kind of rounds. So we keep it so that our backs are straight. Inhale, exhale, release. Now we're going to switch sides. Left foot in to make the angle. Right foot extended out. Lean forward with whatever option you're comfortable with. Listen to your body. Ashtanga is primarily a breathing exercise. Postures are secondary. Engage the bandhas. Inhale, exhale, release. We'll do one more vinyasa. I'll show you a little bit more advanced vinyasa for those who want to try, especially youngsters. If there are any. Bring your feet or your knees close to your chest. Make it compact. Once you're able to do this, exhale. Upward dog. Downward dog. So that's a kind of a vinyasa that I got after almost 5 years of daily practice. So it does take some time, but when you get it, finally Ashtanga becomes more fun. Not that just doing the breathing and the asanas are not fun, but especially for young people who are naturally athletic, perhaps going to gymnastics, it will come easily. Now we're going to move into the finishing postures. Lie down on your back. We're going to move into Sarvangasana by lifting our hips. It's a shoulder stand. So make sure you are supporting your weight on your shoulders. So if you're only going up to here, it's fine. This is the first phase. You can hold on to your hips and try to keep it straight. Your body weight is supported by your hands and shoulders. Those who are a little bit more flexible, push up your back so you're entirely on your shoulders, looking at your toes. Slowly release. And then I will show Halasana. It's a plow posture. For those who can, bring your feet behind your head like this. Some of you may be able to go all the way, touch the floor. Otherwise, if you're just here, hold on. Don't go beyond your limit in work your way with practice. This is the final posture. Exhale, release. To get out of this, once again, bring your knees to your chest and then sit up. We're going to finish with the 3 postures in
Padmasana or lotus postures, full lotus, half lotus, or just cross leg like this. This is the first phase. If you are able to do half lotus, put your right foot on top of your left knee and then just fold the left knee inside. So this is the half lotus. Then the final phase is full lotus. The left knee on top of your left foot on top of your right knee. And then this is called a bound lotus for those. This is the final phase. This is how it looks. But for initially, we can just fold our hands behind and then lean forward. Inhale, come up. Now we're going to practice a meditative posture. Keep your hands on your knees with the index and the thumb finger touching in a mudra. Chin to the chest, spine erect. Engage the bandhas. Then the final posture of Ashtanga is to practice lifting once again, trying to do a weight lift. In Ashtanga, we just use our body as a weight. So this is the first phase. Lift yourself up, keeping your knees on the floor, trying to develop core strength as well as the strengthening your arms and shoulders. For those who want to try, even briefly, then come down. So it's called Lolasana. We're going to end with the Shavasana as usual, lying down on our back. This pose is as important as any other posture. Roll your feet to the side, palms facing up at an angle. And let go completely any effort in your breathing. Let it be natural. We're channeling the energy that we accumulated during the practice into our body. The pranic energy accumulated by Ujjayi breath. Let your body sink into the earth.
Feel that your muscles are melting into the earth. And once you let go of the physical body, you can begin to feel the subtle body. Feel it like a flow of energy in your inner body. If you're feeling any weakness in any particular part of your body or pain, you can just send that, channel that subtle energy into that part to heal and to energize. So with the asanas, we can start becoming more aware of our physical and subtle bodies. And when we go to meditation in the next phase, we'll dive towards the causal body. Okay, we'll just slowly come out of this relaxation, gently moving our fingers and toes. Bring your knees into your chest. And give it a few sideways motion, back and forth, sideways. And then slowly come back up to a seated posture. Get ready for the heartfulness, relaxation, and meditation. Brother Jagadish will continue. Namaste.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು ಸತ್ಯ ಅವರೇ. ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಸ್ವಾಗತ. ಈ ವಾರ ರಿಲ್ಯಾಕ್ಸೇಷನ್ ಆದ ನಂತರ ಒಂದು ಯುನೀಕ್ ಆಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಹಾರ್ಟ್ಫುಲ್ನೆಸ್ ಮೆಡಿಟೇಷನ್ನ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಂತ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ಇದರ ಪ್ರಾಸೆಸ್ ಬಂದು ಶುದ್ಧೀಕರಣ ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ, ಕ್ಲೀನಿಂಗ್ ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. ಕ್ಲೀನಿಂಗ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಏನು ಕ್ಲೀನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ? ಫಿಸಿಕಲ್ ಬಾಡಿನ? ಅದು ನಾನು ಸ್ನಾನ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, ಅದು ಫಿಸಿಕಲ್ ಬಾಡಿ ಕ್ಲೀನ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಏನು ಕ್ಲೀನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ? ವಾಟ್ ಆರ್ ವಿ ಕ್ಲೀನಿಂಗ್? ಸೊ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಟ್ರೈಂಗ್ ಟು ಕ್ಲೀನ್ ದ ಸಟಲ್ ಬಾಡಿ, ದ ಇನ್ನರ್ ಬಾಡಿ. How do we clean the inner body? How do I feel it? So in meditation, we practice how to feel the subtle body and then move towards the soul, the causal body. In the cleansing process, as we identify this, we try to clean them. We try to transform them into next level. What are subtle bodies? There are numerous subtle bodies. The four main subtle bodies are ego, mind, intellect, and consciousness. So, cleaning or the shuddhikarana process in that, we transform them into humility, a mind which is so focused and utilized for our evolution, intellect utilized to distinguish what is right and wrong for me and utilize that for inner change. And eventually, ಕಾನ್ಷಿಯಸ್ನೆಸ್, ನಮ್ಮ ಕುವೆಂಪು ಅವರು ಹೇಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಚೇತನ, ಓ ನನ್ನ ಚೇತನ ಆಗು ನೀ ಅನಿಕೇತನ. ಹೇಗೆ ಮಾಡೋದು ಈ ಅನಿಕೇತನ? ಹೌ ಟು ಮೇಕ್ ದಿಸ್ ಯೂನಿವರ್ಸಲ್? ಈ ಧ್ಯಾನ ಮತ್ತು ಈ ಶುದ್ಧೀಕರಣದಿಂದ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ದೀಸ್ ಸಟಲ್ ಬಾಡೀಸ್ ಇಂಟು ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್. ಈ ರಿಲ್ಯಾಕ್ಸೇಷನ್ ಆದ ನಂತರ ನಾನು ಐ ವಿಲ್ ವಾಕ್ ಯು ಥ್ರೂ ದ ಶುದ್ಧೀಕರಣದ ಪ್ರೊಸೆಸ್. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಮುಂದಿನ ವಾರ ವಿಲ್ ಪಿಕಪ್ ಮೋರ್ ಆನ್ ದಿಸ್. 2 ವಾರ ಧ್ಯಾನ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ, 3, 4, 5ನೇ ವಾರ ಶುದ್ಧೀಕರಣ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಇನ್ನೂ ಒಂದು ಪದ್ಧತಿನ ನಾವು ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಈ 3 ಪದ್ಧತಿಗಳಿಂದ ಹೇಗೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಮೆಡಿಟೇಷನ್ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಟೇಕ್ ಇಟ್ ಟು ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಅಂತ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸಮರೈಸ್. ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ಬಿಗಿನ್ ದ ಹಾರ್ಟ್ಫುಲ್ನೆಸ್ ರಿಲ್ಯಾಕ್ಸೇಷನ್. ನಮ್ಮ ಒಂದು ಕನ್ನಡ ಚಾನಲ್ ಕೂಡ ಇದೆ ರಿಲ್ಯಾಕ್ಸೇಷನ್ಗೆ, ಸೊ ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಅದನ್ನು ಪ್ಲೇ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಈಗ. ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದೆನ್ ವಿಲ್ ಡ್ವೆಲ್ವ್ ಇನ್ ಟು ಶುದ್ಧೀಕರಣ.
ಹೃತ್ಪೂರ್ವಕತೆ ವಿಶ್ರಾಂತಿ ವಿಧಾನ, ಹಾರ್ಟ್ಫುಲ್ನೆಸ್ ರಿಲ್ಯಾಕ್ಸೇಷನ್. ಆರಾಮದಾಯಕ ಭಂಗಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಕುಳಿತುಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಮೃದುವಾಗಿ ಕಣ್ಣುಗಳನ್ನು ಮುಚ್ಚಿಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಕಾಲ್ಬೆರಳಿನಿಂದ ಪ್ರಾರಂಭಿಸೋಣ. ಕಾಲ್ಬೆರಳುಗಳನ್ನು ಹೊರಳಾಡಿಸಿರಿ. ಅವು ಸಡಿಲವಾಗುತ್ತಿವೆ ಎಂದು ಭಾವಿಸಿ. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಪಾದಗಳು ಮತ್ತು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹಿಮ್ಮಡಿಗಳ ಗಂಟನ್ನು ಸಡಿಲವಾಗಿಸಿರಿ. ಭೂಮಿಯಿಂದ ಶಕ್ತಿಯು ಮೇಲೇರುತ್ತಿದೆ ಎಂದು ಭಾವಿಸಿರಿ. ಅದು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಪಾದದಿಂದ ಮೊಣಕಾಲಿನವರೆಗೆ ಮೇಲೇರಿ ಕಾಲುಗಳನ್ನು ಸಡಿಲವಾಗಿಸಿದೆ. ನಿಮ್ಮ ತೊಡೆಗಳನ್ನು ಸಡಿಲವಾಗಿಸಿರಿ. ಶಕ್ತಿಯು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕಾಲುಗಳಿಗೆ ಚಲಿಸಿ ಅವುಗಳನ್ನು ಸಡಿಲವಾಗಿಸಿದೆ. ಈಗ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಪೃಷ್ಠಭಾಗ, ಉದರ, ಸೊಂಟವನ್ನು ಗಾಢವಾಗಿ ಸಡಿಲಗೊಳಿಸಿರಿ. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಬೆನ್ನನ್ನು ಸಡಿಲಗೊಳಿಸಿರಿ. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಬೆನ್ನು ಮೇಲಿನಿಂದ ಕೆಳಗಿನವರೆಗೆ ಸಂಪೂರ್ಣವಾಗಿ ವಿಶ್ರಾಂತವಾಗಿದೆ. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಎದೆ ಮತ್ತು ಭುಜಗಳು ಸಡಿಲಗೊಂಡಿವೆ. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಭುಜಗಳು ಕರಗಿ ಹೋಗುತ್ತಿವೆ ಎಂದು ಭಾವಿಸಿ. ನಿಮ್ಮ ತೋಳಿನ ಮೇಲ್ಭಾಗವನ್ನು ಸಡಿಲಗೊಳಿಸಿ. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮುಂದೋಡು, ಹಸ್ತ ಮತ್ತು ಬೆರಳ ತುದಿಯವರೆಗಿನ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಸ್ನಾಯುವನ್ನು ಸಡಿಲಗೊಳಿಸಿರಿ. ಕುತ್ತಿಗೆಯ ಸ್ನಾಯುಗಳನ್ನು ಸಡಿಲಗೊಳಿಸಿರಿ. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಗಮನವನ್ನು ಮುಖದವರೆಗೆ ತನ್ನಿ. ದವಡೆ, ಬಾಯಿ, ಮೂಗು, ಕಣ್ಣು, ಕಿವಿ, ಮುಖದ ಸ್ನಾಯುಗಳು, ಹಣೆ ಮತ್ತು ನೆತ್ತಿಯವರೆಗಿನ ಎಲ್ಲ ಭಾಗಗಳನ್ನು ಸಡಿಲಗೊಳಿಸಿರಿ. ಈಗ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಇಡೀ ಶರೀರವು ಸಂಪೂರ್ಣವಾಗಿ ವಿಶ್ರಾಂತಿಗೊಂಡಿರುವುದನ್ನು ಅನುಭವಕ್ಕೆ ತಂದುಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಗಮನವನ್ನು ಹೃದಯದೆಡೆಗೆ ತನ್ನಿ. ನೀವು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ವಿಶ್ರಾಂತರಾಗಿರುವಾಗ ದೈವಿ ಪ್ರಕಾಶವು ಒಳಗಿನಿಂದಲೇ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹೃದಯವನ್ನು ಬೆಳಗುತ್ತಿದೆ ಮತ್ತು ನಿಮ್ಮನ್ನು ಆಕರ್ಷಿಸುತ್ತಿದೆ ಅಥವಾ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಗಮನವನ್ನು ಒಳಮುಖವಾಗಿ ಸೆಳೆಯುತ್ತಿದೆ ಎಂಬ ವಿಚಾರವನ್ನು ಮೃದುವಾಗಿ ತಂದುಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹೃದಯದೊಳಗಿರುವ ಪ್ರೇಮ ಮತ್ತು ಪ್ರಕಾಶದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಗ್ನರಾಗಿರುವಿರೆಂದು ಭಾವಿಸಿ. ನಿಶ್ಚಲವಾಗಿರಿ ಮತ್ತು ಪ್ರಶಾಂತವಾಗಿರಿ. ನಿಧಾನವಾಗಿ ನಿಮ್ಮೊಳಗೆ ನೀವು ತಲ್ಲೀನರಾಗಿರಿ. ಈ ಗಾಢ ಮೌನದಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಇಚ್ಛಿಸಿದಷ್ಟು ಕಾಲ ತಲ್ಲೀನರಾಗಿರಿ. ಅದರಿಂದ ಹೊರಬರಬೇಕೆಂದು ಎನಿಸುವವರೆಗೂ ಅದೇ ಸ್ಥಿತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಉಳಿಯಿರಿ.
Now let's begin the heartfulness cleaning process. Gently keep your eyes closed, very softly. Breathe normally and relax. Bring your attention to your heart, the chest area. You can imagine the 4-quadrant around your chest. Bring your attention to that area. Gently connect to that area. Breathe normally. Sit comfortably. Give a suggestion that all the complexities and the impurities are leaving your system permanently. All the complexities and the impurities are leaving your system, and they're leaving you permanently from the backside. Bring your attention to your tailbone till the backside of your head, along the spinal cord. Feel that all the complexities and impurities are permanently leaving you from your back in the form of smoke or vapor. They are permanently evaporating. ಧ್ಯಾನಕ್ಕೂ ಮತ್ತು ಶುದ್ಧೀಕರಣಕ್ಕೂ ಒಂದು ವ್ಯತ್ಯಾಸ ಅಂದರೆ, ಧ್ಯಾನದಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಸಮಸ್ಥಿತಿಗೆ ಬರಲಿಕ್ಕೆ, ಒಂದು ಫೋಕಸ್ಡ್ ಮೈಂಡ್ ತರಲಿಕ್ಕೆ we will attempt. ಶುದ್ಧೀಕರಣದಲ್ಲಿ we are very active. Cleaning process, the cleansing process is a very active process. There should not be any force Do it as gently as you can. From your heart, all the complexities and the impurities are leaving you permanently from your back in the form of smoke. They are vaporizing and leaving you permanently. Let's do this for a couple of minutes. Don't look at individual things. Whatever comes to your conscious mind, let them all go. It doesn't matter it is good or bad. All the complexities and impurities are leaving your system permanently. If you are flipping back to meditation, gently remind that you are doing the cleansing. ಶುದ್ಧೀಕರಣ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಗಮನಕ್ಕೆ ತರಿ. As you do this process, gently accelerate it. All the tendencies, complexities, and impurities are leaving you permanently. This cleaning process can be done preferably in the evenings, ಸಾಯಂಕಾಲ ಕೆಲಸ ಆದ ನಂತರ. Before we start interacting with family and friends, you can take 15 minutes and apply the same process. ಮುಂದಿನ ವಾರ we will play a video, a guided cleaning. A video ಕೂಡ ಒಂದು play ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, and then we'll continue to do this. Or whenever you feel you are out of your zone, you can apply this cleansing for a few minutes. As you feel the tendencies are leaving you, the complexities are leaving you, and the impurities. When the complexity leaves, simplicity manifests. When impurities are gone, purity remains. When the tendencies are gone, we become humble like child. As these things are living your system permanently, feel the divine energy entering from the top and from the front and guiding you to complete this cleaning process. They are entering from your chest and divinizing the subtle body, guiding to transform ego, mind, intellect, and consciousness. And divinizing the subtle body, guiding to as you do this cleaning process, you will feel fresh. Your mind is extremely active, as if you have taken a good shower and ready to take on the world. Feel the universal divine energy gushing through your heart. Gently bring this process to an end. Bring your attention back to your heart. Relax into your heart and let's meditate for a few minutes to end today's session. You're meditating on the source of light, which is already present in your heart. And feel that Bring your attention inward. That's all. Gently open your eyes. If you feel like being in this state for some more time, feel free to do so. Make a mental note of your condition, what you feel. How do you feel? And what's running in your mind? Make a gentle note. If you prefer, you can make a note in a journal. ಒಂದು ಪುಸ್ತಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೆದು you can make a note and read about it later to see how this is making an impact on you. ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಸಿಂಹಾವಲೋಕನ ಅಂತಾರೆ. Make a resolution in your mind that I'll retain this state of mind and condition until we meditate next week. Whenever you want, you will be able to mentally get back to this state of mind. That is what we want to achieve. Ilere, let's end this session. Let's meet with new set of yogas and new adventure in meditation. Continuing this journey next week. ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು.